Trump extends ceasefire. Iran still attacks ships. $100 billion in frozen assets. The Lord is a man of war. Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. YAHAWAH is his name. I'm going to get right to it, but I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High YAHAWAH and his only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus, because the letter J did not exist 2,000 years ago, nor did the English alphabet. Double honors to my elders at Great Millstone, taught me this truth through the Spirit. Singing honors to the elect. Peace and bless to the 1/3 and to the confusion that faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom, shalom. Now get right into it. You already see the title. So going back to 1979, America has been freezing, the assets of Iran, and they've been ailing ever since. So understand, people, war does not always have to be bloodshed, someone getting a bodily wound or something like that. You have embargoes, you have sanctions. There are so many other ways for you to pretty much to cripple a nation, other than trying to take out their leader. Crippling them economically, can bring them to their knees. When you have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, that are hurting, that right there is also a weapon of war, sanctions and freezing assets, right? So you have to understand the history and the nature of this situation. So they've been going at war ever since the 79, and that goes back to, going back further, going back to the 1948 when the Jewish state was created, because they've already been beefing with them over there in that land for the longest. But so right here it says on April 10th, so check this out, on April 10th, before the first round of ceasefire, see, they don't tell you this, talks began in Pakistan. The Speaker of Iran's parliament, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, said on X that Iranian frozen assets, revenues frozen, and foreign banks must be released before any negotiations could begin. So now you see how April 10th, right? 2 weeks prior to Trump wanted to extend, let's get back to it. Trump wanted to extend the ceasefire. That's why they opened fire, and the ceasefire ended the 22nd, today the 25th. They said upon him trying to extend it, they attacked 2 ships. Why did they attack those 2 ships? Because they told you what their demands were. Unfreeze our assets. They have over $100 billion in assets. I will read that prior to where all it came from, where it was, but I don't want to bore you with that. I will leave the link in the description, and I'll probably bring it out later on tomorrow at camp, Lord willing. All right? So let's get right into it. It says U.S. envoys are expected to travel to Pakistan on Saturday in a new bid to salvage ceasefire talks with Tehran, even as Iran ruled out direct negotiations with U.S. representatives as its top diplomat arrived in Islamabad. The latest effort to broker a deal comes in an indefinite ceasefire has paused. Most fighting, but the economic fallout is still mounting, with global energy shipments disrupted by the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Now right there goes the point. It says the Strait of Hormuz, and that link is going to lead you to the next page I'm about to go over to right now. So it's letting you know that it was supposed to be a ceasefire, but that ceasefire has ended. All right. So Pakistan won a deal. So Pakistan want to come to a deal between the United States and Iran. Iran said we're having no direct negotiations with them, but we'll show up. All right, so that's what's happening right now, people. Okay? So Trump wanted a ceasefire, but remember, the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. All right, so check this out. Confusion deep. This is another article from AP. More confusion looms over Strait of Hormuz after Iran attacks 3 ships. I'm sorry, it was 2 ships. 3 ships. 3 ships near waterway. Confusion deepens. It ain't too confusing unless you're not telling the whole truth. Confusion deepened Wednesday in the Strait of Hormuz as Iran attacked 3 ships near the crucial waterway, whose closure had plunged the world into an energy crisis after tankers carrying after tankers carrying a fifth of the world's oil were blocked from using the channel. But they won't tell you that. They won't tell you that prior to them attacking those 3 ships, America had blocked, I think, 2 Iranian ships. So they've been going tit for tat ever since. See, America's known for what? Going in there, dropping bombs over Baghdad. But guess what? Iran was doing the same thing back. So now they said, let's try and use economic sanctions. Well, you already been holding our damn money since going back to 1979. So unfreeze that. That's the first thing they want to go before any negotiation. They say we want our money back. That was April 10th. That was 2 weeks ago. Now you want to extend the negotiation? Also, now what you're doing, you're insulting my intelligence. Let's hold these ships. That's what's happening right now, people. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. And it reads, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rulers let me read that again, because these dang on commercials keep popping up. I'm trying to. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. Pardon me. He turneth it whithersoever he will. And what's another word for king? A monarch, a pharaoh, a prime minister, a president, an emperor. All right, those are another titles for a king. And what is the Lord doing with these leaders of the world? He's steering and turning their hearts the way he wants to. Because what Trump is doing really is the Lord moving him, but he using him as the perfect vessel because of his pride. And pride will come before the destruction of America. And also, in addition, the Lord's also stirring up the Medes, who will be who? The Iranian people. Understand? I'm going to read that after I read this, and I'm going to close out. I just want to give y'all an update of what's going on. Confusion deepened Wednesday in the Strait of Hormuz as Iran attacked 3 ships near the crucial waterway, whose closure had plunged the world into energy crisis after tankers carrying a fifth of the world's oil. That's heavy, y'all. Let that sink in. That's 20%. Were blocked from using the channel. And you people don't understand, even though you're using a lot of electrical appliances at your house, you still need gas operated machinery to either form it, to maneuver it, or to help it function properly. Remember, even if you're using Duracell batteries, lithium, all that, you still need oil. All right, petroleum jelly that comes from oil. The word petroleum is actually in it. All right. So the attacks unfolded just a day after U.S. President Trump said he would extend a 2-week ceasefire with Iran. The Islamic Republic said it fired on 3 outbound ships and seized 2, that's what I saw, calling it retaliation for the American naval blockade of Iranian ports and for the U.S. firing on and seizing an Iranian ship that did not stop when held by a vessel enforcing the blockade. So in other words, you had Iranian ships that were held, and then American ships. Well, these ships, one came from Greece and one came from Panama, right? But they were allied ships to America. So see, technically this is going to lead into Revelation when it says, and the beast shall hate the whore. The other countries are going to start to hate America because now their economy is what? Crippling and starting to fall. Okay? Now, I'm going to read this passage in the Bible, which you may hear a lot, but nonetheless, though, it's still relevant to what's happening today. Isaiah 13, chapter 17 through, I just got out work early in the morning, so forgive me. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17 through 19. Behold, I will stir up the Medes, keep that word Medes in mind, against them which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So don't give a damn about a fifth of the world. Think about that. Don't give a damn about the fifth of the world's oil being blocked. That's them not giving a damn about your silver or your gold. Because remember, they say oil is like the black gold. Right? Don't they say that? Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. That have not happened yet. Because remember, America, with all this technology that's advanced, they shot at they had targets that were hospitals and school for women and children and they even killed women and children. And Iran has yet to directly attack people purposely. They've attacked infrastructures and things of that nature. Even the ships that they attacked, even the news report said that no one was injured. And the Medes go back to Media, which ruled before Persians. All right, going to history, you had the Medes, and then the Persians pretty much took over the Medes. Then you had the Medo-Persian Empire. Then you had the Greeks. Then the Greeks took over the Romans. Then you had the Greco-Roman Empire. So Media, the Medes, is where? It's northwest of Persia, which it says Persis, but we're looking at a map that dates back to 678, 549. Now what I did a modern day map from the Persian Gulf, right? So, Salaki, let me go back. In this ancient map, you see where the Persian Gulf is? Now, even over today, this is modern day, all right? Persian Gulf, this is Iran. So the Persian Gulf in this picture is southwest, right? So what's directly across from southwest? You will have northeast, right? So what do you have northeast of Persian Gulf? Iran, which is what? Persia. All right, the ancient Persians had their names changed to Iranians in like the 1930s, okay? So as you can see, Trump tried to extend the ceasefire. Iran said hell no. They seizing a fifth of the world's oil, blocking it off. Then on top of that, they saying, hey, what about those assets we told y'all to unfreeze April 10th? So this is ongoing, all right? Wars and rumors of wars, you know, but then the end shall come, but not yet. So with that being said, truly pray y'all was edifying, fast, stay in the spirit, don't fear it, just endure it. Ask for forgiveness, paradox ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. Kwama Allah, Buffalo Babal, Shalom.